Hello guys, welcome back. To our new subscribers, welcome on board. Today's video we'll be learning how I made this Maxi beach dress. In this video you will not just be learning how I made this dress, you also get to learn how to cut and sew a 360 flace skirt, be it short or long. So guys, I hope you learn something, and I hope you share. So I'll first of all start by folding my fabric into 2 downwards, as you can see, and then I'll now go ahead and fold into 4, cutting a 360 flare skirt. This is how you fold, and then the part that doesn't have any cutting, that's where you take your waist measurement. The waist measurement I'll be using on this is 28, so I'm taking 7.5 for 30 because of zipper allowance and sewing. So 7.5 is 30 into 4. So I'm marking out my waistline, and then the 17 I took for the first step of skirt is 3 steps. This skirt, some people call it Caribbean, some call it 3 steps, but I'm not calling mine Caribbean because Caribbean usually have smoking stitches on each step, but mine is a straight stitch, just a pleated straight stitch. So the first step I used 17 inches, the second step I used 15, the third step was longer because that's the last step that should be on the floor. So this is me cutting out the waistline first. So after cutting out the first step of our 360 flare, we'll now tear it open on one side. That's the side where we'll have our zipper. Remember, this skirt doesn't have any openings except at the back where we'll fix our zip. So this is me wrapping it around my waist to see how fine and pleated it looks. So that opens back is where we'll have our zip, and that's the only stitch we'll run down. So I went ahead and I measured round the down of the flare skirt I cut. I used it to know the length of the straight fabric I'm cutting next. These remaining 2 steps downwards, they are not cut in 360s because it will take a whole lot of fabrics. So I used straight cutting. The second step was 15, the third step was 18 or 20, thereabout. Just do it according to how long you want your dress to be. So this is the band. Cut out the band, a 3 inches band. I'll need 2, but I cut 3 because I want to sew and cut out the excess. So this is me making a stitch on the band, then cut off the excess, the allowance, and then add the band to the skirt, the waistline of the skirt all round, as you see me doing so. So after adding the waistband to the first step of the skirt, this is what we have here. This is this first step almost ready. So the next thing we do is to take the second step of the skirt and attach. You can actually just make a flare. This is how to make. This is another tutorial to like. This tutorial can serve for making a short 360 flare skirt if you want to stop there. But this is a dress, we're not stopping there. So we're adding the second step of the skirt to the first one we made. So you place the good sides of both fabrics together and make a straight stitch. The same thing on the last step. So after making the straight stitch, this is the 2 steps I came to show the result, and I went ahead and did the third step, and then it became a long Maxi skirt. I could have left it like this because I was feeling it like, oh, but no, I need a dress. So I'll now go ahead and measure my zipper allowance, which is 9 or 10, depends. 9 is the standard, but I'm using 10 because this is really very high. The skirt is starting from my half length, which is 16 inches, like minus 16 inches half length from your full length. So that's why I'm using 10, because it's higher than the normal high waist. So after adding my zipper, this is what we have I fixed the zip, I've made the straight stitch down, the skirt is fully ready. But we're not stopping there because I want to make a very small cowl top on the front only. It's an open back beach wear. So I measured 18 on my chest because my shoulder measurement is 18. And it's like a cowl neck top kinda. It will drop in front. So I'm using 18. I took 18 on the chest line and 16 as the length of this front part because my half length is 16. So cutting out the front part, I cut it into two because it will also serve as the lining. There's no back piece for this dress. So this is me cutting out the straight straps I'll be using to tie my neck. Like it's a kind of strapless but very tiny straps to go around my neck. So this is the straps. I'm stitching it to turn it out. I removed the excess and I turned it out. So after turning it out, I'll now introduce the front piece I cut earlier. Take a straight stitch downwards, take a straight stitch upwards, then on the upper part, that's where you're adding your strap. Remember, the strap is going around over your shoulder. So I added my straps. I just made a straight stitch on the top, on both sides, and I didn't sew it down yet. You know, you have to turn it out. So I divided it into two to know my middle where I'll be attaching to the skirt. And then I folded the skirt, the front part of the skirt, into two as well, notched the middle so that I'll take that notched part, add it to the notched part of the upper part of the dress, then sew. As you see me doing, this is the notched part of the skirt. I'll add it to the notched part of the front to mark my middle. You don't want it to shift to one side. So this is me doing that. Basically, that's all for this dress. It's just a very simple beach wear. No back, it's backless. You know these open back beach wears now. So this is me stitching it and wait for the result. We are done, guys. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I'm grateful. So that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. In our next video, a tutorial will be coming up on how I made the orange dinner dress I posted on my shorts a few days ago. Somebody pointed out in the comment section to make a tutorial on how I made it. So that's the video that is coming next. Thanks for watching. Bye.